Age of Mythology Retold, a well-deserved remaster for an amazing RTS game. With a new version come new achievements. My name is Kem, and today we're going to unlock every single achievement in the game. There are 50 achievements in the game at this moment, and the first thing you should do is to finish all 3 campaigns on any difficulty you want. Doing so will not only award you with the story achievements, but some of the generic and unit-specific ones as well. I finished Follow the Trident and New Atlantis and got these 24 achievements in the process. Here's a quick recap. If you've already watched my previous videos and know these, just skip ahead here. Okay, let's start with the tutorial and zap the manticore on the path for Power of the Gods, as well as a hero in the making once you finish the mission. In the Fall of the Trident campaign, Mission 1, make 10 hoplites and 10 toxotes for preparation, and so it begins when you finish the mission. The Lost Treasures achievement will unlock when you find a shipwreck in the second mission. Mission 4 is a great place to unlock Centum Centauri, 100 kills with centaurs, but you can also get this a bit later if you missed it here. Mission 5 has Minotaurs, so unlocking Minoan Tennis for bashing the same unit twice will happen easily. And if you leave the pigs alone, you get the Chonkers achievement for fattening 10 animals in the same game. Chiron's Apprentice can only be unlocked in Mission 7, where you must train centaurs and centaurs only. I believe They Can Fly was unlocked in Mission 8 for launching 100 units in the air. And once you finish Mission 10 to Hades and back, will unlock. Egypt didn't have a lot for us. Wrath of the Gods is easy to get in Mission 13. Use all 4 god powers in the span of 30 seconds. And finish Mission 20 for Osiris Reborn. The Northlands had a few more achievements. Ride of the Valkyries can be unlocked in Mission 23 by healing your units, and Zeus Eat Town Center if you break down the enemy base without any siege weapons. The Anger Problems and Norse Space Program achievements can be unlocked in Mission 26, kick a unit with a giant and spam the Horn ability. In this chapter I also got Annihilation for killing 10,000 units. Finish Mission 30 for This is for Chiron. And in Mission 32, you are required to make a wonder for creating a masterpiece, and when the mission ends you also get Arcantos Ascended. In New Atlantis, finish the first mission for New World Old Gods, get Beastly Bulwark in the second one for tanking with the behemoths, and finish the last mission for Honor to Castor. And we're all caught up. If you're struggling with any of these, I have a guide with tips for every mission of the campaign, detailing how and when I got each achievement. I want to finish the last story achievements, so we can get some proper achievement hunting going. Let's start with the Golden Gift campaign. This is a short 4-mission adventure, focusing on the 2 brothers Brock and E3, and we need to complete it in order to get the last 2 story achievements we need. You can finish them on any difficulty, but I will do them on Titan to keep up with the trend we've set so far. This was too short to warrant its own video, so here's a quick overview of each mission. Brock's Journey. An easy mission after the hell of the main campaign. Start by gathering resources to train some axemen and explore around the map. To the north you'll find some cows and we'll need 6 of them to trade them for a passage closer to the mountain. Take out the enemy towers defending the healing spring. And find Arngrim to the northeast. If you take your starting horsemen and explore the rightmost passage, you'll find 3 more cows. Combined with the ones we found next to our base, we have everything we need. Give him the cows and move in the passage. We'll have to break down a wall section to get into the enemy base. Then we ignore the town center and the hill fort to make another entrance. Head inside the mountain and use Brock to make the 4 ox carts required. And when the last one is done, the mission ends and we get into the mines. Chapter 2, E3's Journey. An even easier one. Gather enough wood to make a dock and queue up 2 krakens until you get enough for a longboat. Train 3 more dwarves from the town center, and when the boat is done, load E3, 6 dwarves, and as many heroes as you can. Start going north, taking the right side path between the islands, and use your krakens to distract the enemies while your boat unloads the units ashore. From here, continue up, killing some wolves, and get everyone in the cave to end the mission. Chapter 3, Fight at the Forge. This is a great lesson in rushing. Put your dwarves to mine gold and gather wood, and take your entire force and follow this specific path. Dodge the forge and the troll patrols. And when you pass the settlement location, go a bit further to build a barracks, a temple, and a house. Queue up berserkers and a giant. Then, as many berserkers as you can with the remaining food. Attack with your main force while taking a unit north to scout for the nearby forest. Cast Walking Woods on it and use the trees and the giant to focus down the enemy Great Hall. Then the town center, temple, and barracks last while the rest of your units kill everyone. Once the base is leveled, he will try to bring units from the forge to rebuild. Camp him and don't let him build anything. Use the undermine power on the 2 towers next to the forge, and after a while the mission should end. Chapter 4, Loki's Temple. This one is a straightforward macro mission. Build up a base, train an army, and take down the enemy temples as soon as possible to receive god powers and minimize the enemy attacks. Since you only train dwarves, you can stop your assault before you reach the boar to make 100 of them. This will unlock Big Boomer for reaching the village cap, and thorium mining for doing it with only dwarves. Push through everything to the golden boar and win the last mission for the Freyr's Gift achievement. The rest of the achievements are easy to get for the most part, and it's time to start skirmishing. And the first one we want to tackle is Hersir Your Honor, where we need to win a game without training any infantry units beside Hersirs. I set up a game where I have 3 other allies on Legendary that will carry me and kill the opponent without needing my help. In the game, I build a temple and age up, train a few Hersirs. Once the fighting starts, 3 armies will attack poor Zeus, wait for your friends to wipe out everything and accept his surrender. This nets us Hersir Your Honor, as well as fast food, winning a game without building any farms, no time for mortals, winning without training any military units besides heroes and myth units, and all in for not building any town centers. Do the same thing again, playing as the Greeks this time, and we quickly earn Hoplite Heresy, winning a match with the Greeks without training any ranged units or cavalry. For a super quick one, start a new game as Ra, build a monument, empower it with a pharaoh, and put down 15 granaries around the monument to empower all the scaffoldings, giving us Praise the Sun for empowering 15 buildings at the same time. Next, we need to start working on the Titans. Set up a new game with Seth and a Defender AI that won't bother us. Build up an economy to age up to the 4th age, while also sending your priests around the map to convert the animals to our cause. When ready, queue up the Secrets of the Titans and start work on the Titan Gate. During this time, I've been tasking my workers to build Migdal strongholds, and before the Titan was ready, Cyclopean Masonry popped up for building 50 fortress-like structures. With the Titan ready, we also get Horror Unleashed for finishing the gate, and we can start attacking the enemy. Send your animals in first, let them nibble on any enemy building they can, and eventually Pet of Seth will unlock, dealing 2000 damage with animals. I use the Titan to wipe out the base, working towards the 2000 buildings destroyed achievement. I also train a squad of Anubites to go out hunting for villagers specifically, since we're going to need to kill 50 of them, but it's not going to happen in this match though. We need to spawn every Titan available, so we redo the whole thing with the Greeks, age up, start working on the gate, and while the Titan is getting ready, take a Colossus out for a walk and look for some boars. While we can't force attack our own units to damage them, attacking each boar once and leaving the Colossus on a no attack stance means we can farm damage on them. Be sure to upgrade them to gold as well, since they have more HP. Why do this with boars instead of the enemy? Well, the enemy might kill it and that doesn't help us at all. Once it reaches about 400 HP, I toggle aggressive stance back on, and I find a nearby mine to chow down on. With 2 Colossi, we get Omnivore really quickly, killing 5000 HP by eating gold mines or trees. Rinse and repeat with the Norse, but I have to say the new abilities of Freyr are amazing. Anyway, we just want the Titan and nothing more here. The final Titan is the Atlantean one, and we want to pick Kronos for this one. Build up for the Titan as before, but now we also have to time shift buildings around. Use the Economic Guild as it has the least amount of HP, and it takes about 7 seconds to move. We need to shift this bad boy a grand total of 200 times, and if you've only played the campaign like me, you've probably done it 5 times so far. Once you have the Titan Gate done, Titanic Terror will unlock, but don't send him in yet, as we still have to time shift. I started taking it around the map to see things. Here's where we're gathering food from, Here's the Titan Gate. Here's the Titan himself. I even had enough time to make a wonder and put the Titan in overdrive, and this still isn't done. Have I mentioned that you can only time shift one building at a time? Eventually we get it, Kronos' telephone booth, and I even got 2 Titans at this point. It took almost 40 minutes. With just 10 more achievements left to go, now we need to ramp up the number of enemies as we need to defeat 100 opponents. The campaign ones do not count. So I have 2 allies on steroids while the rest are standard defenders, and I'll let them help me while I farm a few more achievements in this 3v9 setting. Starting the first game with Seth, my goal is to make Anubites and hunt down villagers. It took a bit of time making only Anubites and roaming the countryside for any man, woman or dwarf. Eventually I find an enemy that was trying to make a Titan Gate, and I take out the villagers who kept coming in for the Anubiten achievement. Next one, we're playing with the Atlanteans, and we have 2 goals here. First one will be to heal 10,000 HP with the Calydria, which I'm going to do by supporting my AI allies as they attack. In the meantime, we prepare by making as many villagers as possible. Make them into heroes, toss in a few birds for healing, and now we have a killing force that can be stopped. I jumped my neighbor, and while they knew villagers were too strong, they removed the attack move command, but that won't stop us from killing everything. Just look at this damage. Don't forget to get all the army upgrades for them, as well as that one economic guild one that gives them more HP. Once they've laid waste to a town, we get boxing match for 50 units killed with villagers. And the healing is amazing, and we get care and calamity in no time. Now it's time to make some custom scenarios for the last few achievements, as these would be horrible to farm normally. Don't forget to play them from the Skirmish menu after you've created yours. The first scenario is a huge army of militia fighting some villagers and hoplites for Poseidon's Revolt, 50 units killed with militia. Next, we stack Fenris wolf broods and pit them against villagers for Prowl Patrol, 100 villagers killed by Fenris wolves. Time for more villagers, 10,000 to be exact. Set up a scenario with infinite food, population cap, 100 town centers, as well as something to kill the excess population. Auto-queue villagers and set a rally point in the kill zone. And wait, as this will take a while. The problem lies with the fact that, regardless of your population cap, you have a villager cap set to a hard 100, so we'll need to keep killing them. You can speed up the process by gathering them in the middle, selecting all of them and deleting them, but I prefer the passive farm. I left to make a sandwich and watch some highlights for a sumo match, and came back about an hour later, and the auto everything achievement was done. Not sure how many games you needed to play in order to get this without a custom scenario. Next, I prepare for another long scenario with infinite gold, favor and population cap to start making 666 Argus eyes in a single game, ready for another hour-long farm. Turns out they really meant eyes, and since this blob is covered in eyes, you really just need about 52 of them. Oh well, terrifying unlocked. We're down to the last 3 achievements. To defeat 100 AI opponents, I set up a scenario with 12 players, and each of them just one villager against a blanket of Nidhogg's. Every time we kill them and win, we defeat 11 players, and I run through this scenario 12 times and the achievement doesn't want to unlock, so we need to take a different path. Set up a scenario with 12 AI in a free-for-all, infinite resources, a fast game speed, and the map revealed. You can also give yourself a 500% bonus, and a minus 95% to all of them. Here's the important part: as the game mode, make sure you pick sudden death, meaning we only need to kill their starting town center to win. I pick Set for the scarabs and shifting sands power, load in the game, make a few temples and an armory to age up quickly to the 3rd age. Here you can spam scarabs and send them from town to take out the town centers. Make a save right before the attack, and you can also use the reveal power together with the shifting sands to move a few scarabs to the other side of the map. Once you clear them all out, load the save game and do it again. It takes about 6 minutes to do a full run, and after a few runs, Age Against the Machine will unlock. For demolition, I let a few titans loose around some houses, and while this killed my FPS, we also got the 2000 buildings destroyed in no time. And now for the final achievement, the hardest of them all. I need to play a multiplayer match. I join a random match, which ends up being a 2v2, each of us having an AI ally. I go to the 3rd age and use the old Atlantean Destroyer Archer combo we used in the New Atlantis campaign to clear out the enemy AI base, fight the other player's army, and win the game. earning First Blood as my last achievement. It was a lovely journey, and for the most part it was quite nice. Of course, you could get nearly all achievements in scenarios if you so desire. I wanted to mix them around a bit. In the end, this isn't a hard game to 100%, and the campaigns should take up most of your time. Thank you so much for watching. It was great talking to you all about Age of Mythology, and I'm glad they remastered it, so I could once again replay one of my favorite RTS games. With 50 out of 50, we've achieved the perfect game on Steam, until they drop a new expansion, that is. So, see you all in the next challenge. Take care.